right, Nick, we pulling up on another one right here. Okay, as
Okay.
you can see, this one is also like performance booties, claws out. This
Yeah.
is shaking and working.
Yeah.
I love this game.
I'm gonna
Me too. Love it.
Yeah.
I love this game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say just based on the dimpling pattern on the leg that I can see, sometimes looks like when you've had work done for a little while and maybe you're not keeping it up. Because a woman, I am a lady of a certain age, and dimples and little stuff comes with age. But if this is a performer, she's probably not near my age. I'm going to say, I'm gonna say nah.
Right, Nick has chosen an answer, and we will go to the next slide because
Yes.
this is I love Cardi.
Cardi, baby.
Yeah, and Cardi started out with those shots, so.
Yo, Nick, I really
Yeah.
appreciate the breakdown, how you come to the
The whole
conclusion before how
breakdown.
you decide. Like that's a superpower. That's
Thank
that's a
you.
superpower for
You
sure.
don't want to go anywhere with Nick because she'll be like, "That's fake. That's fake. That's like." She literally tells
Right.
it like it is, and she'll be like, "She didn't get a good job."
Even if I know that it's not real, but it's done well, I'm just like, brava.
Mhm.
What's good, everybody?
Peace.
Hello,
good, y'all?
hello, everybody. What's good?
Ain't shit.
What's good, Mom?
Welcome to another episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet. My name is Little Mo. I hail from Co-op City, Section 5. Don't ever zone my. I
Never.
represent everything Bronx, okay? Everything about the
Never.
Bronx, I represent. The good and the bad and
Everything.
the ugly. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Next, let me just introduce TJ Nash Flash. Shake, what's good? So let's jump right in. I'm very excited about today's topic. I know the guys are too. So today's topic, we're talking about nip and tuck. Did you nip it? Did you tuck it? You know what I mean? So now let's welcome our special guest. Her name is Nick. She's our resident BBL expert. She can tell you a fake booty in a heartbeat, child. She is the director of operations for Hudson's Plastic Surgery. She's been in the business for 10 years, so she definitely knows what she's talking about. Let's welcome Nick to the show.
Just listen, I'm just Nick. I take you from point A to point B and make sure you look fabulous at every interval. Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good tagline.
Yeah.
I feel sexy already. Come on, talk to me.
Thank you. One of the things I like to say is that we specialize in the beauty of balance. That's
Okay.
one thing that a lot of people lack when they're looking for cosmetic procedures. They're not really going for, and some of them don't want that. Some people like that big, exaggerated, it looks like I have a fax machine in my sweatpants look. You know what I mean? It's just not, that's not really my cup of tea, but I don't shade anybody for doing what makes them happy. I'm currently the director of operations for Hudson Plastic Surgery and the Hudson Med Spa. So, my job is really just to keep shit moving, to be perfectly honest, and make sure that everybody is well taken care of along the way.
Okay.
Right. So let me ask you this question, Nick. What drew you to this specialty? What was fascinating you about this industry?
You know what? Nothing, to be perfectly honest. I had no thoughts about it. I didn't dislike it. I wasn't obsessive over it. It's really funny. I worked with someone and they left my current job. I've always been in health and wellness for the most part in my adult years. But before that, I was bartending and I felt like that gave me the ability to talk to anybody about anything because you go to the bar, you meet all types of people. And I'm a people person. So, moving from health and wellness into this field had a lot to do with the fact that my initial supervisor when I was working in health and wellness moved over to plastics. So it's a very huge jump. It's like one to the other. One is very much so, don't do this. You can do it yourself. You can go to the gym. You can get a facial. And the other is like, listen, I had a kid. This skin is going nowhere, and I want it to go away. So to be perfectly honest, I'm in the field of making women feel their best, in a safe way, of course, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But I want women to feel good about themselves overall. So that's what really drew me in. And the first location I worked at was with an African American doctor. And I thought I was saving the world. I thought I was saving all Black women. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Quickly to find out that, you know, he may not have been all
Yeah.
about the people, but I was. I was. And I had no idea. We're going back almost a decade now. I had no idea how many Black women actually got plastic surgery until my first position there.
Mm.
Yeah. I was
Wow.
surprised.
Okay.
It wasn't 10 years ago. It wasn't something that a lot of women of color admitted to for the most part.
Gotcha. What
Wow.
do you
Okay.
think changed to make people feel more comfortable expressing that they got work done?
Social media, for sure. Just having that outlet where now you can talk to people from California, from Atlanta, from Houston. And I just named those big cities because that's where a lot of the work is happening with us. In 2021, I went to an aesthetic convention with my doctor that I work with now. And you know, Hispanic women have actually taken over when it comes to who the real face of plastic surgery is, who's getting the procedures, who's going back for more, who's really taking care of themselves on a cosmetic level.
Mhm.
It is the Hispanic women have taken over.
Interesting.
I
Wow.
ain't gonna
Thank you
lie.
for that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yo, Nick,
Mhm.
yo, is there ever like a shortage of butt? Like, do y'all have like a slow season that y'all go through sometimes as far as maybe people doing surgeries, or
No,
is it
that's a valid
always
question.
ongoing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ongoing. However, nobody wants to do something that requires you to be like in a garment, a surgical garment or a faja, in the
Mhm.
summertime. I don't
Mhm.
suggest it. I'm kind of like, girl, you're gonna have to wear
Mhm.
this for like a couple of months. You probably
Mhm.
want to do this when it's cold and you
Mhm.
can throw some sweats over it. But yeah, there's no real time. And then if you're doing anything facial, any facial rejuvenation or any like rhinoplasties or, you know, chin augmentations, anything like that, the same principle goes because you'll have to be in a garment if you do your chin, and nobody wants to be in a garment with a tan line that
Mhm.
looks weird, you know.
So the
Gotcha.
recommendation is kind of to do all that work in the wintertime so that your body is ready for the summertime. Got it.
Absolutely,
And face.
absolutely.
Okay.
See?
And I
Yeah,
wanted to chime in on that, something that you had said, which was, you know, like the demographics has changed and also like seeing
yeah,
Black women come through. I remember like years ago, before plastic surgery was that big, it was only white, rich people that were doing it. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Like people that could really afford it. But then now I was seeing like my secretary at my job was able to afford it. And I know she didn't make the money that I make, but she was able to get her body done. So I was just like, wow, like this is really, really changing.
Things are a lot more accessible. There's a whole slew of medical financing. So
Mm.
I find that if I have a patient, and I never want you guys to go broke to get your titties done. Like it's just financially, it's unless those titties are gonna bring you income. And I have a couple
Ding
of those
ding ding
patients
ding
as
ding ding
well.
ding
So
ding.
I can tell you from listen,
It's an investment when it's that
it's an
way.
investment when it's done that way. But I've seen people really trying to pinch from all kind of different areas, and I'm like, you know, I just want to make sure that this is not putting you in a financial ruin. You know what I mean? But there's so many different medical financing companies that are out right now. It allows the common folk to pay for it pretty much.
So, of course, next we're going to move on to our next segment, which, of course, is brought to you by none other than Crazy Ass Shake. Word of the week.
Word
Word
of
of
the
the
Word of the
week.
week.
Word of the
week.
week. Word of the week.
Hey,
We don't like
hey,
this segment,
hey,
but we
hey,
do it
hey,
anyway.
hey,
Don't know why we
hey,
Exactly.
doing this.
It's because I'm
hey.
competitive. That's the
Teach
only
me.
reason I like
I'm
doing
about,
this
Teach
game.
me.
I'm about to
Teach
teach
me.
you, ho. I'm about to
All
teach
right.
you. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What it do, what it do, what it do. It's your boy Shaking. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time for me to bring you today's word of the week. All right. So for today's word of the week, I'm gonna give you a word. I thought it was actually more common than I thought. I told everybody the word and they was like, I don't know that word, but I thought it was common. But the word is impetuous, okay? Impetuous is an adjective, all right? And it means acting or done quickly without a thought or care. I actually picked this word for this episode because, you know, we're actually talking about nip tuck. So being impetuous is not a good thing when it comes to getting like a
Oh,
nip
see
tuck,
what he
right?
did there? You see what he did there? That was
Oh,
good.
is that what it is? That's what we doing?
That was good.
That is it. It's like, so that's the reason why I chose that word, and the word is impetuous. I already used it in a sentence, so let's get it. All right.
All right.
Go ahead, Flash.
I was, I gotta take it here. Okay,
Yes.
so when I nutted early, I told
Oh
her
gosh.
that I am not a minute man. I told her I'm an impetuous man.
You can hear us everywhere you hear podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Just put in
Yes.
Sophisticatedly Ratchet and you'll find us. Hop over to our social media. We're on IG at So Ratchet Podcast. We're on TikTok at So Ratchet Podcast. We're on Twitter at So Ratchet Pod. And follow us. Hit the like button right now. Hit the follow button right now. Hit the
Bang that
subscribe
shit.
button right now. And then share us with a friend. Leave us a comment. Thank you, Tribe.
Tell a
Flex,
friend to
flex,
tell a
flex.
friend. Let's go.
Thank you, TJ, our beautiful ice queen.
All right, Professor Nick, I do have a question because you did speak about the financial implications of getting some of these surgeries.
Yeah.
I don't know what it costs, but at least for like maybe the two main things that people normally see, which are like titties and ass, like what does a set of
BBLs.
D's go
Jumping ahead,
for?
Flash. Y'all jumping
You know,
ahead, but go ahead.
oh, I'm jumping ahead. My fault.
Yes, you are.
All right, so maybe these questions will be answered by you later, Professor. I apologize.
No worries. No worries.
I was very impetuous on that. So
Oh,
Come on, word.
right,
I love
say
it. I
less.
love it. It's coming, Flash. That question is definitely up next, and it leads into something else. That's why you see it's the way we do everything here.
okay. I had a
Okay.
question too.
I say.
All
I had
right.
a question too. But Mash, you had a question first, though.
Yeah, my question was, so you telling me a lot of these BBLs ain't been paid for yet?
Oh
They
no, they
are-
on loan, baby. It's like a
they are-
leased car.
That puts it in perspective for me, because when TJ, you said homegirl was able to afford it, but you make more to her, but that's like her sacrificing a car, right? So she don't got a car, but she got a
It
BBL
literally,
instead.
your body. I've said that it's literally like purchasing a small Honda sometimes.
Yeah, right,
It is.
right.
Yeah. So so to me it's like they invested in the car, and now the car can work for them. You know what I'm saying? So she invested in her body. Now she's gonna try to get these niggas to pay for the surgery. Okay, because she put the down payment just to get to the point where she start getting niggas paid.
And is
Okay,
it frowned
that's it.
upon to use
Exactly.
something like this? Because JT kind of came for what's this girl Glorilla recently, where she said, "Oh, you put your body on care credit," because Glorilla doesn't have much of a
what?
titty, like
Right.
much of a body, and she just got like her titties done. She's a very straight form type of
Yeah,
body
she's
style.
yes.
And she doesn't fit the typical rapper, which with the big titties and the big booty. And so I was really proud of her for just coming out how she was and being very successful. But it seemed like she got like frowned upon with JT and her having this like little riff that they're having. And she was like, "Yeah, you got your
Right.
body on care credit." And I was like, "Is that frowned upon to
Wow.
use financing?"
I mean, honestly, when it comes to people of that I don't even want to say that caliber, but whatever. When it comes to people of that caliber, where JT, who went to jail for scamming, in my opinion, should have no. I'm sure if Glorilla put it on care credit, she used her own social security number. So in my
She didn't use somebody else's social security. Oh God.
exactly, like, so
Yeah.
she's getting the bill, she's paying for it, and that's her
Right.
business.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what care credit is for, regardless of that. That's why they have a care
Exactly.
credit. Hello, so that people can
Yeah.
finance whatever they want to finance, right? Because that's what it's there for. It's there for dental. It's there for anything that you want to use or trying to
Pets,
finance. So whether
You're talking about
for pets, I was
HSAs.
gonna say that because I use it for my when I'm going to the vet, I could use it to care credit. So my thing is, as
Wait,
long as
hold
she's
on. Wait,
paying
what?
for it, absolutely. When you go to the vet, and if it's a big bill, I pull out the care credit card and we'll use it for Noah.
It's a credit card. It's just that you can
Credit
only
card.
use it for medical reasons. Yeah.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, if you're using the HSA or MSA, remember you have to report it on your taxes. All right. Second off, I had a question for.
This is a very educational episode. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Okay, I had a question for Nick. Yo, so the question is, are you seeing, since it's more accessible, are you seeing more of an uptick in the men coming in to get surgeries? Maybe wanting a little bit of abs, maybe wanting a little bit of facial surgery. Are you seeing more men coming in to get work done?
Yes, absolutely. Initially it started off, I would say most men were coming in for like medically necessary things like
Mm-hmm.
keloids. I call them lumps and bumps,
Uh-huh.
lipoma, cyst removal, stuff like that. But I have liposuction, tummy tuck,
Facts.
and
Mm-hmm.
the most popular procedure for men is gynecomastia, and that's the
What's that?
removal of your man boobs, pretty much.
Okay.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
make it as just like straight.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Sometimes it might have to
Right.
come with a nipple reduction or, whatever it
Okay.
takes to make your chest look how you want it to look. And most
Right.
of the time that's more manly.
What does that
Nice, nice.
scarring look like?
My doctor's is amazing when it comes to incisions. I like to use the word incisions instead of scars because scars sound
Mm.
scary and like something traumatic happened and it scarred you. This is just an incision. But in any event, if there is any cutting, because sometimes cutting is not necessary, sometimes the doctor is able to contour you with just the liposuction cannula. But if cutting is necessary, we try to do it around the areolas and then kind of but it's all case specific, and we always ask how you heal first so he knows how to hide the incision if he needs to.
Yo, let me ask y'all a question though. If y'all was on a date with a guy and he told you on the first date, yeah, I got some work done. You know what I'm saying? Like I just got, I got you be like, oh, your abs are really nice. Like this is a surgery right here. I got this done. And he was that open with you guys. Would you feel a way about it? Like, would you feel a way about the guy having had that surgery done?
You're talking to the ladies, right?
Damn sure
Because
ain't talking to me.
right.
I obviously feel a little biased about it. Like I'm pro surgery,
Uh-huh.
I'm pro do you. But if
Okay.
it was a little extensive, I would need to see some before pictures to really know what I'm getting into, and that's just me. I'm sorry.
Right. So for me, if the person was, I probably wouldn't, especially if they was open. But if they like had major surgery, if they was obese at a certain point in time and they worked off everything, had that excess skin kind of situation, and to make them feel whole, they want to do that, then I'm fine with it because you showed your progress and couldn't, physically you could not lose that extra skin, and a lot of people cannot. So you
No.
did what you
Mm-hmm.
had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you
Got
did
rid of
what
his
you had
man
to do.
boob. What
That's
about you,
how I feel
TJ?
about
Exactly
How did
what
you
Mo
feel about
said.
it?
Exactly what Mo
it.
said.
Hmm.
But I
Oh,
don't think
exactly.
I'd be
Okay.
interested in dating someone that is always getting their body done. Like there are men that get the pectoralis done, they get their calves done, they're like putting in abs, like if you're doing
Mm-hmm.
all of that, then I'm not
Uh-huh.
interested in that. But
It's
if
too
you
much?
had to
Okay.
do it for like a certain reason, even the guys that are getting taller and stuff, like I'm not for that.
Yeah,
Ooh, Lord.
that's too much. That's too
Too
much.
much.
That
So let me
recovery
ask you this, Nicole.
process. Yes.
Yeah,
Take
crazy.
over, Mo.
So, how do yes, let me rein y'all back in.
Sorry.
So, what advice do you have for individuals considering plastic surgery for the first time?
Do your research. Do your research. In the United States of America, any doctor that has MD, any doctor that has MD, sorry, anyone that has those MD initials can do and perform plastic surgery legally. So when you think
Mm-hmm.
about that, that is extremely scary. Most of the times that you're going into these places, I don't know if I should say names or not, but you go to these places where they're advertising a BBL for $5,000. Red flag. Don't do it. The reason that they're doing that is because no board certified plastic surgeon is going to operate on you for pennies. They're probably still paying back their student loans. Like no one has time for that. So I would say the first thing you want to do when you do your search is only look for board certified plastic surgeons. And what that means is that they were in the top percentage of their class when they were in medical school. You cannot just become a plastic surgeon. It's a difficult field. It's difficult to get into, and it's difficult to pass the boards as well. There's a difference between being board eligible and board certified.
So I kind of compare, somebody going at somebody the $5,000 surgeons to,
Hmm.
me going to the barber shop and going to that nigga that just started cutting hair. Like
Exactly. No one's in the seat.
don't go to
Mm.
that dude.
So Nick, hold
Just
on.
walk
So
on
so
in.
Nick, you
Just walk.
said you said that $5,000 was pennies. What is an appropriate amount to pay for a service that you think is like up to par?
I mean, it definitely depends on what region you live in. That's for sure. Living in New York, having it done in New York versus having it done in Florida, even by a board certified plastic surgeon, is still going to be um
A big
a
difference.
price difference. Yeah, of course. Miami in general and Florida is just so oversaturated right now with plastic surgery that in order for those doctors to gain patients, unfortunately, they have to drop their prices so that they stay competitive. But on average, you should, I'm not going to say you should not pay less than, but on average, you can look to pay anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000.
And that's for a BBL, or just that's for a BBL, or
That's for a BBL, and yes, yes.
gotcha. Mm-hmm.
What types of extra research should people be doing if they're thinking about going out of the country? Preferably going to like Colombia or Dominican Republic. What kind of extra work do they need, or what types of extra things do they need to now consider going out of the country?
Because that board is not international, right?
You said what?
That board that you mentioned initially, that's not international, right?
No, it's not.
Right.
It's not at all. And this is not, there are amazing plastic surgeons in Mexico. There are amazing plastic surgeons in other countries. It would be very ignorant and very American of us to feel like the best of the best is here in America. It's not the case. However, you have to do your research. And if you do not speak the native tongue of the country, I really don't think that you should go there for surgery. I've had
Absolutely.
a patient have a really bad experience where she got to Dominican Republic, and they had just passed a law that they were no longer able to prescribe narcotics. So she woke up from her surgery and they were giving her Tylenol.
That can't feel
Oh,
good.
no
That
way.
can't feel good at all.
Yeah, she was in a lot
That
of
can't feel
pain.
She
good
said
at
it was
all.
the most, she said she was in a room full of women and everybody was just screaming and crying.
Oh my God.
That's not traumatic.
And not to be on the negative tip or traumatic, but I do want to discuss that because it's real. And I kind of want to go into, even with some celebrities that had, plastic surgery and had death because of that, right? Like we know DC Young Fly absolutely lost his child's mother due to surgery. We know at one point Kanye's mom went in for plastic surgery as well, and didn't make it. So I think these are important things that we should talk about as well. Yeah, Joan Rivers, a plethora of people, and especially when they want to make an impetuous decision to just get this done,
Ooh,
automatically
Damn.
without looking at the cause and effects of what this can. So I kind of want you to talk about that a little bit, Nick. Like,
yeah. I mean, the main thing that I do want to bring to the fold is that most of the deaths by plastic surgery are not the doing of the plastic surgeon all the time. So one of the
Correct.
things that a board certified or a double board certified, like the doctor I work with,
double.
you're not going to lose that. That's not something that you're willing to play with. Your license, your accolades. No one's willing to play with that. So what you have to do is you have to do a real screening prior to surgery. If your doctor says, "Oh, you're young, you don't need to be medically cleared. You really need to run for the hills." And a lot of these places that you're traveling to have the procedures done do not require a lot of the testings that we require. We require a full blood workup. We require an EKG. There's so many young people that are passing away right now from heart conditions, just in the news, just in, people are having heart attacks that are athletes. You know what I mean? So you really have to make sure that you're getting those things done. If you're over the age of 50, I need a whole chest x-ray. And it really has to do with your past medical history as well. Because anytime you go under anesthesia, anytime you have a surgical procedure, it's a risk. So we want to make sure that you're in tip-top shape, because we're not willing to take an L and have you lose your life.
Right.
Do you mind describing exactly what a BBL is?
Sure. And I was going to ask, because I feel like the guys are just like, yeah, that's when you fill your ass up. But with what? So
yes, with what? Describe it.
Yeah. So there's different ways that people enhance their butt, but the traditional BBL includes lipo 360, which is your upper abdomen, lower abdomen, side flanks, upper back, lower back. All of that fat gets washed and cleaned and then transferred into your butt. That's pretty much it. So you're liposuctioning all the way around so that you can go from this to this, and then we'll accentuate the hips and give you more projection in the back. Now, some people already have hips, right? So they just need projection, or they want that shelf. So we'll add a little fat. Once we suck the fat out of your lower back, which pushes it inward like that, and then we're able to give you that shelf that you want, that so many people desire.
No, Nick, I had a question. If have you ever had a certain body type where you just like they wanted certain and you was like, it's not possible. Okay, you can't
Absolutely.
get, that's not going to be possible. Maybe you should think about something different, and you may have to advise them to do something different.
Yeah, that's not really for me to say, but if let's say I take a call from a woman that tells me, "Yeah, I just need some liposuction in my abdomen," and she's had 4 children, I already know she needs a tummy tuck from talking to her on the phone. If your stomach has expanded and brought life to 4 little people, there's no skin retraction there, my love. We might be able to suck
Mm.
out some fat, but then you're going to be left with unsightly, like loose skin that you're not gonna like. So I don't say
Oh.
anything, but when I tell my doctor, okay, so Pam is here for liposuction. Just she will need a tummy tuck. I'm just real with him in the moment, so he kind of knows what he's going into. But yeah, and then when it comes to people come in with wish pics all the time, and the major thing I like to get across is that when you're looking at a before and after, you want to find somebody that has your before body. So find somebody that looks like you now, and then you can see what those results
Oh,
would be
that's
like.
good. That's good because someone like me, I'm naturally skinny, right?
Right.
So if I wanted a BBL, you'd have to be like, where am I get the fat from?
And
TJ,
that
I
happens
have
that
no
happens a
fat.
lot.
What do
That
you
happens a
suggest for
lot.
someone like me that's skinny? Because I've seen the girls with the big old booty and then the skinny little legs. Is that an
And that's not
implant
it.
that they got because they didn't have enough body fat to lipo and put in their booty?
Well, when we think about body types, I mean, being in this industry for so long, I've seen 180 pounds look 8 different ways. You know what I mean?
Of
So it's not
course,
a
yeah.
weight thing. It's about a fat, how your fat is distributed
Distribute.
yeah, in your body. So some of those people that you see that have really skinny legs, they may have had a lot of fat in their upper back or their midsection, and that they were able to transfer. Um, and then we don't do this. Like, there are implants that you can do, but there's a lot of issues with the implants. Then they don't ever really look real. They don't look real. They don't feel real. Um, and then what was the other thing? Oh, you can also do filler. So the same dermal fillers that you use in your face, that are hyaluronic acid based, you can put in your butt as well.
Wait, now, wait, hold on, wait. Couple things. You went fast. The last chemical you just said, like that's like Botox. You mean?
No,
She said,
not like Botox, but
hieroglyphics.
filler.
Yeah.
So the
What'd you call
same
it?
filler that people put in their lips or their cheeks,
Uh,
or wherever they need it, that can be used in your butt as well. Actually, the one that it's not hyaluronic acid based, that's the most popular, is called Sculptra, and it just fills the area. The only issue with that is that it's expensive. You need at least 10 syringes, at the very minimum 5 on each side, to give you a very, very small difference. And the syringes are like a
So
$1,000 each. So
People can't donate fat. Like I can't go to a place and be like, just hold my.
even if you're identical twins, you cannot.
Got you.
wow.
Got you.
So I did want to say, since we're in the phase of talking about BBLs right now, Flash has a segment
This
that we just want
is gonna be fun.
to
This is gonna be fun.
You want this
yeah,
work? I'm gonna get
yeah,
Nicole to twerk. Hold on.
that
Nicole,
we're
get
gonna
the
go
twerk.
into, and it's Flash, and it's his BBL game, and he created a slide, Nick,
Okay,
Facts.
let's do
and
it. I love
let's
this.
do it. Let's bring his slide
All
up.
right.
hmm And
All
then
right.
after this, and then after we do this, we just kind of want you to go into the do's and the don'ts, Nick,
Okay.
about plastic surgery. But
All
let
right.
let
So let me pull this up. Hold
We're
on.
gonna need
And
you
pull
let
for
it
me
up,
do
another
this
Flash.
episode
slide
because I
here.
have way more questions.
And we can still go.
Right.
No, we that's just only so before we even do the dudes, and we still have more questions after that.
So
We
what
have
was your
a
question?
lot
What
All
was
going
your
right.
on.
question you have, TJ? What's one of them?
See, she had mentioned a tummy tuck. Like, can you describe exactly what a tummy tuck is? And why do you say that pregnant women should have it? Because I know some pregnant women that end up having like a flat stomach completely right after they have a baby and very minimal skin.
And though they are lucky. They're very lucky. Tummy tuck, a good tummy tuck includes liposuction and skin removal. So what typically would happen, or at least the way we do it with me, we're not leaving anybody looking like a box or a square. So every tummy tuck comes with liposuction of your upper abdomen as well as your side flanks, to give you just a very feminine curve. The bottom part we don't have to do any liposuctioning to, because he's literally cutting it out. So he'll give you, and the cut is very low. So when you're wearing big, what do you call it, like a swimsuit, or under just your regular panties, it's a very thin line that's covered.
A lot of people, when they have those identified scars, they put tattoos there, right? And I think that's for me. Like, if the scarring, but to have that big scar there, I'd be
Incision,
scared.
incision.
It's a hip to
incision.
hip
Correct. Thank you, Nash.
incision. It's a hip to hip incision. Like,
Mhm.
there's no doubt about it. It's hip to hip. Like, I'm very open about that. I don't want you to wake up surprised that you have this, this incision that goes from hip to hip. However, when you think about how much fat, like literally, if you can just grab your skin and pull it like this, no amount of workout, no amount of diet and exercise, nothing is going to get rid of that. Skin does not retract on its own all the time. And if you've had 4 children, you probably have some skin you can get rid of. There are some unicorns that are just blessed with that snapback, but that's like 4% of the
Tiana Taylor's one of
population.
them.
Tiana
Yeah,
Taylor.
Tiana Taylor's one of them, baby. She
But how
snappy.
do you
Yeah.
know that she's not doing
Yeah.
things under, like on the low low?
I mean,
And there are other things now. There are energy
mhm.
devices you can use, like Body Tight,
Laser.
Morpheus. Yeah,
Mm.
there's different options for you that are non-surgical.
How about stretch marks? Because there's a lot of women who have stretch marks that want to help. Like their stretch marks look a little crazy, and they trying to get rid of those. Is plastic surgery a good option for them?
It is, but it's not if they don't need to remove the skin, we're not going to remove the skin. Anything, tattoos, moles, birthmarks, stretch marks, all gets removed from the piece of, the flab of skin that is removed, that he pretty much cuts out. So you will see a reduction in your stretch marks, but most of the time they come a little higher. So there's really nothing to do with that besides a post-operative procedure that's non-surgical. You have to literally treat the scars, and unfortunately, stretch marks, it's very, very hard to treat.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we're putting
Yes.
Nick
Okay.
on the hot seat, and she has to tell us.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
Nick, you on the hot seat for real, Nick. All right, so Nick, we created this game just for you because you came in here talking all that hot. Oh, I'm the professional.
I think you
know what
had
I'm
this
saying? You
already.
got
I don't
the
think it took you long to put this together.
Nick. I had to search
This
a
is in
good
his
2
phone.
hours. All right.
Hours.
2 hours of work. All right. But I found these. All right. Did some research. All right. So this game is called Real or Nah, Nick. All right.
Okay.
And in this game,
Real or nah.
you're gonna do one of my favorite pastimes, looking at ass. Good Jesus, yes. All right. And you will use
Drop a bomb, drop a bomb.
your professional right. That you will use your professional eye,
Okay.
and I hope that you have very impetuous timing when it comes to just being able to
Oh
figure this out
gosh.
as quick as possible.
Mm,
Yeah.
That's another one right
Oh
there.
Lord.
you want her.
But yeah, so, Nick, are you ready?
I guess so. Let's go.
All right.
Oh
Well,
Lord.
let's
I
play
guess.
real or now.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh,
So
child.
so the first booty we have up here, Nick, as you can see, this is a nice 2-piecer. It looks real good. It's hyped up, piped up, looking good. What do we got here, Nick? Real or now?
Okay, so what I like about this, and you guys are going to hate my answers, but I think it's like a woman's right to choose. So I don't want to say too much, but this is not giving a full BBL. This looks like she could have perhaps had some of those injections back in the day. But what I will like to point out with is the fact that the butt matches the legs. Kudos. Good job. Good job. What is a little concerning is the little bit of dimpling that I'm seeing on the inner part of the cheek. Um but
Let's go.
just judging from the corners where those the liposuck, sorry, where the little holes would be for filling the fat, it looks like she does have those holes on the side, so she's probably had a little fluffing.
Work done.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's
Maybe. Well, this is Amber
Oh, we
Rose.
know
Amber
she's
Rose
had
at
some work
Carnival.
done.
Good job, good job. All right, clap it up.
What
Good
what?
job. You so
she said real though. It's real
So that's the
or is
thing.
it fake?
Amber
She's
says she has a
she's
real butt. So
Yeah, she
I
has a
don't
real
know.
butt, but a lot of people feel like if they haven't had a surgical BBL, that is still real.
Mhm.
Which, like I said, it looks like there's a little bit of shots up in there, but
A little
Gotcha.
butt
Oh, good
shots.
eye,
Little
good
butt
eye, good
shots.
eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Trinidad Carnival too. If y'all go, this is kind of we'll go down. All right, now here we have a performance booty. Okay,
Mhm.
as you can see, this is on stage.
yes,
This is a performance booty.
yes, it
All
is.
right, so Nick, break it down for us.
Real or nah?
No,
Oh,
it's it also, but it's also yikes. It's a little diapery to me. I really don't. I don't
Yes.
like this one. and I can tell that she has something on underneath. I think that's where the designer decided to put the little beading underneath, but it looks like she's wearing those panties that have the band on it to keep the butt lifted. You know what I mean? But overall, I'm gonna probably say nah.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. Yes, she
We
is
already know.
correct with her nod. Yes, shout out to Nikki.
2 out of 2.
It's
All right.
2 out of
all
2
right,
so
all
far.
right,
Nikki.
all right. So,
Yeah.
all right. So Nick is in the game to play. All right, Nick, are you ready for your next contestant
ready.
or challenge?
Let's go,
All right.
Nick.
Okay.
All right, boom. We got real or nah, Nick. I know this one's a little fuzzy, but
It's
you know that's a peach.
No, it is a little fuzzy. And I have seen women with beautiful projection.
Very grippable.
You know, absolutely, it's cuppable. Like you can just
You know what I mean?
cup it.
Yeah, cup that. Like,
Yeah.
One
Get
whole
all up
hand
under it.
underneath.
Absolutely, absolutely. I wish I could see more of the legs.
Who is this? Michelle
True,
Obama?
true.
Who is this? Michelle Obama? Like,
You think Michelle got cake
Hold
like that?
on.
You tripping,
No.
man?
Come on, Michelle. No.
It's a no. It's
yeah.
a. I'll let her make her let her say her answer first. But this person,
Oof.
no good.
I do wish I could see more of the legs or see it from a different angle.
Yeah,
That side angle is bomb. I'm gonna say I feel like it's a nah, but I feel like it's well done.
Okay.
All right. This is
Real.
Miss Angela
Angela
Bassett.
Bassett.
No
Baby.
way,
Woo!
for real?
Yes.
got that.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
Angela
Yes, it is.
booty is real.
Well,
yeah.
so there's a lot of
Time
undergarments.
out.
There's a
I was
lot of
gonna say that.
undergarments. Yeah.
And-
'Cause
and
Mo,
you know what?
you have
Yeah.
pictures
I found that
look
picture,
like
huh?
this too. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I've been
Right
watching
undergarment
That's what I was
Angela
gonna
Bassett
say.
movies my whole life,
when
and
you
I ain't
see
never
right-
seen her dragging a wagon like that.
But again,
That's
all
yeah.
it really
Yeah.
takes is you lifting that thing.
Yeah.
She looks
And there's
great.
undergarments to make
She
you
looks
look
great.
like that, by the
She
way.
looks great.
Maybe,
Yep.
yeah.
Facts.
All right,
She
all right.
looks great.
I like it. I like it. Okay. All right.
I like
Nick,
this one.
next
Okay.
contestant.
I like this one.
It looks natural. Why do you
It's
like
giving,
it?
I like it because it's a nice teardrop.
Ooh.
And it looks very natural to me.
Okay.
I am going to go with real.
All right, Nick, is that your final answer?
I mean, you're making it feel like I should say nah, but
Nah. You
Nah.
got that. You got that.
Yay!
Absolutely.
Woo! Yes.
Nick, you already
That's
know
That
right.
that
J-Lo
is
booty,
J-Lo.
baby.
That's real.
Yeah.
J-Lo.
She's
Yeah.
that's
She's
homegrown.
from the Bronx.
That's home.
Yeah,
Good
my
job.
business is doing good. Good
Look,
Arroz
job.
con
Yeah.
pollo.
She from the Bronx. You know, she from the Bronx where we eat rice and beans. You know?
Okay.
And chicken wings with
Rest
hot
can
sauce.
call you.
And chicken wings and hot
Thanks.
sauce. Exactly.
Thanks.
All right, Nick. We going to
Yeah.
your next slide, Nick.
Okay.
All right. Now this may be a trick, it may not be. We don't know. All right,
That's a nice butt, though. Look
but you
good.
got to look now, Nick. Tell me what you're thinking.
I mean, I'm just I feel like these are those pants that they keep
The tights,
bombing
right?
me.
With
Yes.
yeah,
the-
right. With the
on
extra booty on
IG.
it.
Yes, exactly.
Which is diabolical. That shit is diabolical. Shit like that don't deserve to be on
Deceiving.
the market.
That's how you take off your booty. Like, what is this?
Diabolical.
Gosh, it's hard to
Nick,
say, but I'm gonna say, oof. I'm really looking at this.
Look good.
Wait, is that Megan?
So you know, the only thing that is missing, and it's not even missing anything specific. No, I don't think Megan would be in those trainers. She got a whole Nike contract. Okay, I'm gonna say nah.
Okay. All right. I like it. And to be
Amber Rose
fair,
again. Okay.
Consistency.
You're good.
this is Amber Rose, but this was actually a photo where they actually caught her supposedly out with the pads on.
Yeah, you see
And
that line right there?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you said that, Nick, as far as like this looks like one of those, I was like, yeah, she's spot on. She's got a good eye. She's got a good eye.
Right. She knows. She sees it.
I've seen a few asses in my day, okay?
Yeah.
All right, Nick, we pulling up on another one right here. Okay, as
Okay.
you can see, this one is also like performance booties, claws out. This ass is shaking and working.
Yeah.
All right.
How
you feeling?
I don't know. You know what?
I love this game.
I'm gonna.
Me too. Love it.
Yeah.
I love this game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say just based on the dimpling pattern on the leg that I can see, sometimes looks like when you've had work done for a little while and maybe you're not keeping it up, because a woman, I am a lady of a certain age, and dimples
Mm-hmm.
dimples and little stuff comes with age. But if this is a performer, she's probably not near my age. I'm going to say, I'm gonna say nah.
All
Yep,
right,
that's
Nick
me.
has chosen an answer, and we will go to the next slide because yes, this
Yes.
is I love
Who is
Cardi.
that?
It's
Cardi?
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Cardi,
That's Cardi B.
baby.
Yeah, and Cardi
Yes,
started out with those shots, so
She started off
yeah,
with the shots, absolutely.
yeah.
Yo, Nick, I really
Yeah.
appreciate the breakdown, how you come to the
The whole
conclusion before how
breakdown.
you decide. Like that's a superpower. That's
Thank
that's a
you.
superpower for
Yeah.
I don't
sure.
know
That's
how
what's up.
how useful it is, but
You don't want to go
Facts.
anywhere with Nick because she'll be like, "That's fake. That's fake. That's like." She literally tells
Right.
it like it is, and she'll be like, "She didn't get a good job. She didn't get a good job."
listen, when
She
I
like
see
she can
people
point them out.
that even if I know
Nah.
that it's not real, but it's done well, I'm just like, brava,
Hey, Nick, real
brava.
quick, you watch
Yeah.
Ready to Love?
Ready
Huh?
to love?
Yeah, Ready to Love.
Yeah, it's on
No.
OWN.
Mm-mm.
It's a black one. You're talking about
No.
Mika? You want to know if Mika's real?
I've never seen her. No, I've never
You know
seen her.
what?
I
Before we
can't
close
talk
out
about
this
it.
episode, let me find Mika real quick. Sorry, y'all go ahead.
Okay.
Y'all do
She
y'all
do
thing.
got a
Yeah.
fat ass though.
So Nick, we have a nice beach picture right
Yeah.
here. As you can see, the
It's not
glutes
really
is
a
out.
good picture.
It doesn't matter. Nick has the eye for everything. It don't matter.
It look real
All
to
right, but
me.
as you can see, like it's on the beach. We got a little sand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bathing suit attire.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Nick?
That's the chick from Black Panther.
Serena.
She always be shouting out people before she can even
I don't know. I'm just
No,
making.
no, it don't matter. I'm not gonna tell
Yeah,
him.
I don't know who it is. Yeah, I'm
Ooh,
obsessed.
it's fake.
It looks real to me.
You know,
It looks like a regular booty.
it looks good. What I'm looking at is the definition in the in her midsection. And when you have, when you have a booty, you're gonna have a little tummy. So it's very rare that you're flat in the stomach with a
Flat.
big old butt. Like,
like myself.
okay, come on, Mo. You know it comes with a little
Yeah, come with a little something.
little fluffiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only
A
thing
little
that
fluffiness.
is, and it's so bad, I really hate even breaking us down like this because we from the motherland.
Yeah.
I'm giving Shorty real
Exactly.
just for that because she's giving
I'm
me.
giving her real
Yeah,
too.
I'm giving her
or
real.
no?
Who is this?
Flash.
Oh, you already know who it is.
That's-
It is our homegirl
That's
Serena.
Serena?
You damn right she's from the motherland because she's been repping out here. Okay.
Yes.
she has.
Okay. I like that.
I
like
am
that.
scary good at this.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
All right, so all right, so this is the last one then. All right, so Nick, as you can see, we got a ass laid over on the one cushion
Oh my
sofa.
gosh.
Yeah.
She's got a bit of heels on. She is trying to work the poke and the pose.
Right.
And what do we think here?
Excuse me. She definitely has on a garment underneath. So that is a little I don't know. I would want to see her standing up. I mean, I've seen people with no booty be able to do this on a picture. So
It's all about pose.
right, it's about the posing.
That's true.
I'm gonna just throw out another reel here. I have no idea.
Okay, all right. Well, this booty belongs to Coco actually. And supposedly
I thought Coco have
this,
mad work done.
So Coco said that she's never had work on her ass done. They even went as far as to have a doctor
ab work.
come and test her ass, and
Test
the
how?
doctor. I don't know.
Good question.
Nick, that's
They should have had Nick
your
be
line
there.
a thing.
They should have had Nick.
But
be
no,
there.
but she's always claimed that her booty was real. So this is all what I'm going off, and them Ice-T and her having a doctor come test her and show like why her booty
Like little
real.
like Kim Kardashian too.
I was just about to bring Kim
I don't know.
Kardashian up. She went on the doctors, had them do
Yeah.
an ultrasound of her butt, which proves nothing because what's in your butt? Fat. If you transfer fat, what am I going to see? More fat.
Yeah, but I guess maybe it's to
okay.
show that she doesn't have implants because I think that's what maybe people
Right.
think.
Because remember, this was way back. This was back in the day before fat transfer were popular. Yeah.
Got it.
Right.
Oh.
Absolutely.
So it'll
Interesting.
show that she didn't have any foreign substances, but fat is fat, you know.
Real or fake?
Okay. You know what it is? It's I keep giving y'all the breakdown.
Give the breakdown. We
It's-
love the breakdown. We love it.
Yeah,
It looks
no,
fake to
it
me.
is good.
It's
It looks
just
fake
the
to me.
yeah, it's just the ratio for me, and how tight she looks in the midsection. She looks like she's just been,
Snatched.
she's got that good lipo in
Yeah.
there. Not taking away of Shorty's gym gang, but I'm gonna say nah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what this is. This is Lala.
Oh yeah, we know that's a
Yeah.
nah.
Lala definitely.
Wait, is Lala butt fake? Did I get some of these wrong?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
That's not
Really?
real. That's not real, baby. You don't
You got
remember
a lot of
Lala
work
from
done.
MTV?
Come on, Flash. Do your research,
All right,
Flash.
so as you can
Yeah.
tell, we know who the real expert is here because it ain't
Right.
me and it ain't my Google foo. My Google foo is trash, clearly. All right, I was going off of what the
Nah, she
internet
has,
said
I
and
believe,
shit.
she got work done.
Let's drop applause for Nick. Great job, Nick.
Oh,
Thank
facts.
you.
Thanks, Nick, for having this eye.
Wait, hold on,
Nick,
wait. Yo, go to the next slide. We got one more slide.
Oh my
Oh, is one
god.
more?
Just one more slide.
Oh
I
wait,
just
this is
added
what
one.
Mash has been working on because this is the
Yeah,
girl he
it was in the
mentioned from the
background.
show.
Quiet, silently working.
Okay. All right.
Is this the girl
Boom.
Yeah.
that you were asking about?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
This is the best
me
I
bring
could
it up?
find.
You couldn't
Let's
find
see.
another picture, Mash?
This is the best one I could find. This is the best one I could find on the internet.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, unfortunately,
Yeah,
the
to me too.
majority of these girls that are trying to get you into they grow your glutes program, they
get
didn't
their
grow
body
their
done.
glutes. They didn't grow their glutes.
Correct.
They got it. They got the leggings that go up the butt to make, to extra exaggerate.
And you know that's my pet. That's one of my pet peeves. You
What?
know that about me already.
Those-
Like if you because I'm a person that goes to the gym and I don't
Right.
care if you have surgery or not. I'm fine with that. But I need you to express that you have had surgery because now you got these people thinking you got all of this from the gym.
Exactly. And that's not cool. So I don't like the lies. I'm gonna have to say nah.
Okay.
Let's see who this is.
No,
This
no.
booty belongs
There's
to.
no reveal. There's no
shit.
reveal. I
You don't have
know
a better
what this
picture
is.
of her?
Come on, you're putting a lot of pressure on me. Okay, I did a lot to find this one and make it. All right. You want me to
All right,
put
so
two
who is
more?
this? Who
This
is
is it.
this?
I said I had an extra little bonus clip. This is it. Let's move
Oh,
on to the
but we
next
gotta
one.
show what she looks like. Let me see if I can find it. I'll send it to you.
Is that Mash?
who's
Is that
this
Mika?
booty?
Yeah.
I'm ready to look.
Uh-huh.
Mika. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
No.
while he looks that up,
Thanks, Nick.
let's
You did a great
welcome.
job.
Thank you, Nick.
So-
Yo, Nick,
Excellent eye, Nick.
you're amazing.
Nick,
I just want to end this by saying it doesn't matter. The quality of the person is still the same. But I just mean after this game, I just want everybody to know there's no judgment here. I'm just
Yes.
saying whether it's been altered or not. All booties matter.
Correct.
That's it.
Facts.
That's right.
Thank you, Nick.
So tell us. Yes.
Ain't that TJ
So-
quote right there? Woo!
Yes.
Right.
So Shake wanted of course wanted you to have a list, right? He needs his list. He wants his list.
I did.
But give us a list. Yes. He made you do homework. So give us
Yes.
a list of do's and don'ts, Nick. What's some do's and don'ts? And I know you have them.
And you know one thing, just very quick before you get to the list, one thing that Nick told us about when we were actually prepping this episode was how there are people out there putting out fake reviews, and that's something that you need to actually look for. So even if you're looking for people online and you're looking for people who had the same experience as you have to be on the lookout for fakers as well. Maybe you need a bigger sample size and talk to a few more people than just the one person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
It's
All right.
my main, like for my job, the biggest referral source is word of mouth. When
Right.
people can actually see it done and know that they were taken care of, it gives you a lot. Like it's a very easy sale at that point because they already come with so much knowledge about the doctor, and their loved one has already shared their experience. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yep.
So I touched on this a little bit. We're going to do the do's first. Research their credentials. That is number one. Research the credentials. You want to make sure that they are, like I mentioned, a board certified plastic surgeon. And I know I mentioned, excuse me, that there's something called board eligible, which you might find in your research. And that doesn't mean that they're a bad doctor or that you shouldn't go with them. It just means they haven't sat in front of the board, which means they haven't presented enough surgical cases to be reviewed. So that is a little, that makes you a little nervous because that means that they're very new, pretty much.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
get
not
that
with
background.
it.
Mhm.
Yep, not me.
All right.
All right, let me see. I have checked their experience and expertise in a specific procedure you're interested in. You don't want to go to a body specialist and have them do your rhinoplasty. You don't want to go to a facial specialist and have them do your breast. Doctors get
Correct.
into a rhythm, just like anybody else's, career. And no one is, in my opinion, no one's amazing at every single thing. You may be able to do that well, but if your expertise is in body and you're looking for a body surgeon, that's the person that you want to go to.
Stay in your lane.
You want to look for befores and afters. You want to see
Mhm.
pictures of their previous patients, and you want to find someone, like I mentioned earlier, that had a starting point very similar to yours. So one of the things that I've worked with a lot of doctors in this last decade, and I have doctors that would say, oh, I only want to do breast augmentations on patients whose BMI is 23. And if you know anything about the BMI scale and how kind of ridiculous it is in
It's
this day and
ridiculous.
age, the BMI of 23 is like a perfectly skinny person that really doesn't need anything done. So if you go to a doctor and you like the befores, then that's probably not the doctor for you. He's not really well versed in your body type. And when it comes to women of color, you want to think about the way you heal, because if you go to a doctor that has only done Caucasian or light colored skin, our skin is actually different. Our skin is thicker. We heal different. We are prone to keloids. So we need to know what you're
Yes.
going to do about that preventatively. If you keloid, my doctor is going to give you the steroid while he's doing the procedure to ward off the keloid from happening and developing. So that's a big one.
Nice.
You
You
want
like that,
to
Jane?
ensure they operate in a fully accredited facility. This is very big. Most
Right.
cosmetic surgery is done in
Very
office.
important.
Most of the casualties and fatalities are not really that at the hands of the plastic surgeon, but mainly the team, the anesthesiologist, or maybe the facility just wasn't up to par. When I mentioned not saying names, but I was saying that, there's places that you can get your body done for $5K. Most of those locations only operate under local anesthesia. And the reason is
Yes.
because all anesthesiologists for the most part are board certified. No board certified anesthesiologist is going to put you to sleep in an unsafe environment. So, and they're also not going to work with non-plastic surgeons. It's
Real
a
quick.
risk on everyone's license.
Real quick. So local anesthesia means like getting an injection in the site, and then just that site is numb.
Correct. The scary thing that they're doing to make local anesthesia comfortable for you is giving you a cocktail of Valium, Xanax, Benadryl. It's really scary. They want you to kind of just be a little out of your mind, so you don't realize that this procedure would be way better if you would just sleep.
Right.
If you was just knocked out. Yeah.
Got it. And that's probably what you get for the $5,000.
Oh, absolutely. They're tapping you on the shoulder like, all right, turn over. I am having surgery. I should not be.
That's
I should not be
crazy.
doing this.
Right.
I have one more that we kind of went into about the reviews. So you do want to check the reviews if you don't know anyone that's had a procedure with the doctor. But you want to make sure you're going to the right sites. Do not go to Yelp. Yelp is a place for people to just list their like anything that happened that they didn't like. I didn't like the lady on the phone, or whatever. When you're looking for a plastic surgeon, the number one source I would say is Real Self, because they vet every comment. Okay. You have to say what you had, when you had it, what you liked about it. It has to be a certain amount of characters, and if it doesn't feel real, it doesn't go through. So Real
is
Self
this a website?
Wow.
Realself.com?
Yes, realself, all one word.com.
Nick, question though, Real Self, does that cover all kinds of surgeries? Is it also like dental surgeries and other plastic?
Just about every type of, you can just categorize it by cosmetic, whatever. Go to Real Self. Real Self is good.
And you know what else, Nick? I wanted to know real quick. Y'all got apps for this? Like, that people use, whether it's like, let me look up a specialist, or let me just like even scan my body and see how I look with a big
like
butt.
mock-ups?
Like, y'all got?
Y'all ever do like digital?
Oh, you talking about like Amazon when they put it in a room?
And you could just like you could 3D yourself in the shit. Like how like y'all get apps like that? How does that work?
Yes and no. It's honestly case specific. Sometimes you'll get someone in the office that is a little too hyped to see the rendering of what you've just done, and you have to like it. But that's more or less with like rhinoplasties, right? Okay, how are you going to change? Are you going to change the tip? Is it going to go up? Is it going to, is it going to be
Got you.
smaller, et cetera, et cetera? We do that, but we mainly use that app for breast, because we have an app that is a part of the company that we get the breast implants from. So we'll say, all right, I'm going to give you 250 cc's, and then we'll put that in. Oh, let's go up another 50 cc's and see how you like that. That's more attainable. It's very difficult to show somebody a picture of their nose and know that's exactly what you're going to look like when it's healed. That's
Yo, Nick, have you ever had somebody come in for surgery for like a reduction? You be like, nah, sis, like you don't you don't need to do a reduction. You know?
absolutely not. I try to, unless it's something that's absolutely outrageous, I don't put my personal feelings on anybody's body.
Exactly. Shouldn't.
Okay.
Shouldn't. All right. Let her get into the don'ts.
So the first don't is do not choose your surgeon on price. Okay. It is extremely important, and really everything that you do. Women are getting their hair braided for $1,000. Like let's just call it what it is. If you can get your hair braided for $1,000, why are you cutting corners on your body? Like that's crazy. God has only blessed you with one. You need to take care of it.
Yo, sis, can you educate me real quick? What type of braids cost $1,000?
These, literally,
Oh yeah,
people are charging
Are you serious?
$1,000 for like regular old braids nowadays. We've all had them.
$1,000?
I can't guarantee.
She said 1,000.
Not TT, not that's
wow. When you see
Carry
me
the
on
zero.
IG with the same style, just know it wasn't $1,000. Okay.
Okay.
I'm from the Bronx.
So now we shout out to that.
about to get into the hair business. About to learn how to braid.
If you dropping a stack on your hair, how long do you expect that to last? Like, how does it last longer?
Exactly. No, and that's the thing. Like, no, you're still fuzzy, and you need a retouch in 2 months. Like, no.
Wow.
I can't
well, 2 months
justify
is still
that.
2 months is reasonable. You know what I mean? It's not bad. As long as it's not
not
like
for
2 weeks
$1,000.
later. As long as it's not 2 weeks later, you dig?
Yeah.
right.
Because your hair is always gonna grow. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're always
Exactly.
gonna need a retouch.
I feel like I'm
Yeah.
dating myself by knowing how much
Go
it
ahead.
costs. It probably in my mind, now this is bugged out. In my mind, I'm thinking it costs like $300 the most to get your hair braided.
Yeah. I was
Well,
thinking
it
like
was.
400.
Yeah.
I thought 4.
Like my braids probably damn near cost maybe 2 something, or 1. Yeah, so I agree with that, man.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
But
all right.
yeah,
all
but you
right.
have some people
When it's basic like
Yeah.
this, you're at about
When it's
2.
basic-
When you
yeah,
start adding
2,
hair
yeah.
and start adding different textures or quality of hair,
Sure.
it'll go
The
up.
hair,
But
yeah.
I'm
It'll
yeah.
go up.
Got
Yep.
it. Got
What about
it.
coloring? Does coloring change the price a lot?
Yes.
Everything probably,
Yes.
man.
Okay.
Yes, coloring is
Yo,
gonna
Look
change
at
the
niggas.
price.
Look at niggas learning and shit.
Yeah.
Word, man, educational
Yep.
episode. Yeah, we about to get
Go ahead, Nick. Continue with your don'ts.
The next
Okay.
don't is overlooking red flags such as lack of board certification or excessive negative reviews online. The red flags can mean the difference between a poor outcome or not waking up.
Wow.
That's deep.
That's very important. Playing with life and death, not waking up.
It's a
Serious.
real relationship. It's a
Yeah.
relationship. So you really need to think about it as such. Like if you're not out here choosing poor partners, then you really should choose a poor surgeon.
Right. You
Right.
can't be impetuous.
Right.
Exactly.
There you go.
Impetuous leads me to the next one. Okay. Rushing into a
Talk about it.
decision
down.
without thoroughly considering and discussing your concerns. Even though I think my doctor is amazing and he gives great results. I mean, on Google, we have 5-star reviews and I'm not paying people for them. You know what I mean? Like they're genuinely happy. However, when it's the very first time that a person has thought about doing this and I'm their first consultation, I like to tell them, do you have any other consultations scheduled? I think it's a good idea to kind of get your feels out there and see what's out there, because 9 times out of 9 times they're coming back to me, because it's not just the attention to detail that my doctor gives, it's the staff. I have an amazing team. So
Okay.
You know, one thing I asked with that, Nick, and you touched on something. It's like I always think about even everything in like the surgery world, how we look at happiness and ourselves and this, that, and the third. And I'm also not against people having surgeries. Trust me, I've sucked a bunch of fake titties and they're all perfect. Like I'm cool with that shit. But I think also about like happiness though. And do you see clients who can do maybe the surgery that they're looking for, and they come in with a brighter sense of self, life, or is it more or less? Because I also know maybe there are those people who continually get work.
Have a
So
problem.
I'm just trying to figure out sometimes, as far as your client's perspective or outcomes, do you see them getting happier with just the surgeries they're doing, or is it like, are they finding just more reasons to perfect things, even, you know what I'm saying, where they're always on the search
It's a
for that?
really good question because it happens pretty often. They'll come in for one thing, love the results, and immediately after you start to look at all of the little things that you can change about yourself. And that's just us as a human. So let's
Mm-hmm.
say
Mm,
you've had really large painful breasts for years, right? You got a
Mm-hmm.
breast reduction. Now you start to notice how big your stomach is.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And now you like, oh, I can
mm.
see my stomach. And I don't like this,
God
Mhm.
damn.
I got a belly
Right,
button.
like, wait, where did this come?
Dang.
Like, because the
At an
breasts
Audi.
were covering everything. So,
Hmm.
and then vice versa. You might get a tummy tuck, and now you're like, wow, my breasts are really sagging. Like, my
Mm.
stomach was holding the girls up a little bit. Now my stomach's flat and my
Uh-huh.
Mm.
girls are
Uh-huh.
hanging.
Damn.
So,
Yeah.
all within reason.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a problem turning away patients. That's another thing. You
Oh,
want to go to a doctor
really?
that's okay turning away patients because you have to monitor expectations at every phase. I like to just if you Google my job, you'll see my name a lot. I am in no way clinical. Okay. I don't do nothing
Mm-hmm.
medical.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I am
Mm-hmm.
admin.
Mm-hmm.
So to the fullest. But
Hmm.
I like to just check in, hey, how are you? What's going on? How you feeling? Getting that temperature check, especially from a patient that I know is super nervous. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to keep having little touch points with you and giving you reassurance and just talking to you about what the procedure is going to be like to kind of give you more confidence, but also make sure that you're not going to be regretful. Because if I start to feel
Gotcha.
like you really don't want to do this, then I'm going to say, do you want to push your date back? Do you want to take a beat for a moment?
Mm-hmm.
We really believe in quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these places, they only charge 5,000, but then it's
Yeah.
like literally back to back to back. They're doing like 5 BBLs in a day, trying to make what we
Mm.
make on one patient.
Hey Nick, just going back to what Flash was asking about people being happy. Are there therapists that you guys may work one on one with, or may refer to some people when you do have to turn them away and say, hey, maybe you speak to a therapist first, and then reassess your situation, and then come back and we can talk.
Yeah.
Is that something you guys do?
That's a
No,
good question, Shay.
no. We haven't referred, like, we don't have a therapist on standby. Like, I got another one for you, but we definitely will let them know. I think that your reasoning behind this having the surgery is not where it needs to be. I think we need to readdress when your desires are more in line with X, Y, and Z, and not X, Y, and Z. My doctor is absolutely a therapist. There are something called the stages of recovery, and at like day 3, you are sad. You are sad. And it
Mm,
has a lot to do with the fact that your body just went. So you pretty much put your body in a traumatic situation that it didn't need to be in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you've just caused trauma to yourself. Your body is fighting to heal and restore what it lost during the procedure. And mentally, you're not done yet. So you're still achy. um you're still moving a little bit slower than you were. You don't see, it's not an instant gratification thing. You're now looking in the mirror like, what did I do to myself? Why did I do
mm-hmm.
this?
What did I
You
do?
have those
Yeah.
moments of
Hmm.
regret until you get and progress further along into your recovery, and then you start to really feel yourself. So but day 3, a lot of
Mm.
patients are a little
Nice.
sad. Yeah, they're a little, it's called, I think, like the surgery blues or post-op blues. It's real.
Hmm.
It's real.
Gotcha.
I
But we
can
Okay.
discuss
imagine.
that so that they
Yeah.
know, like, what to expect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I just have 2 more. Ignoring your instincts. So if something feels off, don't ignore that. Seek another opinion. If you've done your homework and you get to an amazing surgeon and the vibe is off, the vibe is off. Trust your gut. It's just simple as that. Simple as that. You can have an amazing experience with the girls in the front, and then you don't like the doctor's bedside manner, or you feel like he's not giving you personalized attention. That's not the doctor for you.
Mm-hmm.
So what would happen in a
And
situation like that? Like if I already paid all my money and this is my last
yes.
consultation and he's an asshole to me right before my surgery, what happens to my coins?
That's why I would have this list given to you before you get anywhere near there. Do not pay anybody any money that you're not 110% sure on. Now, to what you're saying, let's say something happened like maybe in pre-op and now you're not feeling comfortable. I say go outside of it. You know, my doctor, and one thing that I do want to stress, doctors are they're total weirdos. They spent, especially the good ones, they've spent so much
They're
time.
nerds. I mean,
Yes,
it
they
doesn't,
yeah.
personality wise,
Whoa,
sometimes it's
whoa,
not.
whoa, 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 whoa! You're not gonna disrespect nerds and call us weirdos, okay? You didn't put that in the same
But no,
context
no,
as
I'm
no. But
nerds,
just
all
saying,
right? We
specifically
gonna
for
let's
like
some
a
people
address
are
this
plastic
very, very
quickly.
surgeon,
smart and they
yeah,
have personality. But
Yeah,
that's
okay,
a good thing because,
yeah,
like, I
all
want
right.
my doctor to know what the fuck to do, be board certified and all that stuff. But some of them don't have like those personal skills.
Emotional intelligence.
social skills.
Yeah. Hmm.
My doctor, when he introduces me, he speaks so highly of me. Sometimes I'm like, oh, thank you. I do that, don't I? But he says all the time, like, this is my right hand. He knows he's not bubbly. He's not gonna sit there and chat you to death. But come sit down with me, I'm gonna be like, girl, I gotta get back to work. We've been talking for too long, you know. So
Hmm.
Right.
we're a nice balance. But I have had a patient come and say, I don't know, I don't feel like he likes me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my
Absolutely.
gosh. I was like, I'm so sorry you feel that way. I was like, talk to me about the consultation. And she was like, well, she pulls out this whole list that she has. I was like, oh no, baby. He's gonna make sure he answers every question
Mm-hmm.
to completion so that you
Yeah.
understand. And even when you're sitting there and he's like, in his mind, he's thinking, I'm gonna need a 6 blade for that. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. So he's not going,
Right.
right. He's not going to sit there and ask, oh, did you like Paris in spring? You know what I mean? He might to kind of warm you up, but when it comes to that portion of the consultation where he's breaking down what he's going to do for you, he is totally in the zone.
And I love that you know that about him and that you can share that. I think it's very important to have staff that can support you in that sense. So yeah,
Absolutely.
that's awesome.
Absolutely. And then lastly, forget to ask about potential risk and complications associated with the procedure. I think that especially for nervous patients, you should bring a list of questions that you have with you that you want to have answered and jot the answers down.
That'll be me.
Patients will bring lists, ask all the questions, leave, and have no idea what he said. And then they
It's
call me and they're like,
overwhelming sometimes.
it's
Yeah.
very overwhelming. So you have to be prepared for the consultation, just as we are prepared for the consultation. Have your list together. You want to know what you should be doing pre-op, post-op, night before, supplements you need to stop taking, everything. After each consultation, my doctor's awesome. He writes a handwritten note because he wants you to understand that you coming to see him was also it was personal for him as much as it was personal for you. And in that note, he brings up the things that you've said, so you know that your concerns or your comments were not going unheard, and that he's your guy. He's your guy.
That's a
I
nice
love
touch.
that.
That's a nice
I love
touch.
that.
Yeah,
Nice
Handwritten.
customer
touch.
service is so lost on people these days. And I feel like it's
That
so
part.
important to be able to provide that service because you get a lifetime customer or at least a lifetime mouthpiece. They're going to forever
Yeah.
talk about the experience that they had and your brand's going to continue to spread. That's dope.
There's a book
Right.
that he got me. I think it's called Unreasonable Hospitality. It is amazing. And anyone in any type of service field should really listen to it. It was written by, I believe he was the main guy at 11 in the city. And it's just the little things that they do to go above and beyond, like those little fine touches that you don't think about. If a patient comes in or a client comes in and I know they parked on the street, I'm like, okay, well, it's getting a little close to the time that you got here. You may have only put an hour in. Hey, what's your license plate? Where did you park? I'll go drop a quarter in the meter for you. Just
Mm.
little touches like that. Or you're leaving from surgery and it's a downpour of rain. Your escort doesn't have an umbrella. Here's an umbrella. Little touches. Little touches go a long way.
Right. That was a lot of information.
Drop gems on this, Nate.
That was good. Very educational.
Man, thank you so much.
It was
Informational.
Welcome.
a
Thank
lot of
you.
information.
Fuck around. She a professional, and we gonna
It
bring her
was
to the
very-
bar, booty spotting. Fuck
Oh
around. Booty
Big
right.
facts.
Terrible.
Let's go.
Oh my
Terrible.
gosh. Terrible, terrible, terrible. All right. So next we're gonna move into No Bad Days. Go ahead, Flash. You will start us off.
It's gonna be a great ass day. Because I said it was gonna be a great ass day. I won't accept nothing else. Nothing bad will enter my day. Say that shit like you mean it. How
No bad days. No.
I love that.
Yeah. So I said a quote in the beginning of the episode that I kind of like thought of and I liked, and I said, "Being valuable is more important than being successful." And I love that quote because I think sometimes we chase success, but we don't value you, like the other parts of the work that we're supposed to do. And yeah, I just feel like, yeah, just be valuable in whatever forays y'all are jumping into. It doesn't matter whether it's things about your career, uh the way how you love. If you want to love, just learn how to value yourself in a certain way that some of the effort is taken off of you in order for certain things to be successful. A lot of the work is always self work, a lot, before it's any of the outward things that we try to put names and values and associations to. Yeah, and that's kind of like just my no bad days thing right now, because if you're gonna shine, you're gonna shine.
I feel
So
you, Flash.
yeah.
Yo, Flash, right quick. That really makes me think about, like, and I heard it kind of different. I understand how you was giving it, but I heard it kind of
Mhm.
like, there's a lot of people who want success without adding value. You know what I mean? Like, without adding the value to yourself. And I talk about that when I talk about generally these Gen Zs who are coming up and they expect to get to point Z without getting to B, getting through B, C, D, E, F, G. You know what I'm saying? Like, get that value first so you can get to that point Z. You know what I mean? So that's how I took
Yeah.
it. Just a heads up.
Yeah, facts.
Thank you.
But
Thank
yeah,
you for that, Flash.
that's no bad days.
That's a good way to
Oh,
that's a good way to move us into just to move us along for the week. I do want to just say a huge thank you to Nick. We're gonna call her our plastic surgeon expert.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dr. Nick. Well, Director Nick. Sorry.
Nickspert, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So the word of the week was impetuous. I think I want to say it's a 3-way tie. I'm not sure.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Nah, it
No, it
ain't.
ain't.
It ain't.
let's put Flash on
He
the big
wants it.
screen.
Give it to
Put-
him. He
put it on
wants
the
it.
big
He
screen.
Flash, put it on big screen. Go
We
ahead,
got
y'all.
it. We got it.
Go ahead, Flash.
Good job, bro.
Good
All
job.
that.
Well, good job. Great job, Flash. Thank you for listening to another episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet. You can find us on all platforms. We're on YouTube every first Wednesday of the month. We go live at So Ratchet Space Podcast. We are on IG. We are on Twitter X. We are on Facebook. Look for us everywhere. Anywhere you hear audio, we're there. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Anywhere you want to listen, find us. We just want to say thank you, and we love you guys, and we will see you next week.
Facts. Appreciate y'all.
Bye.
You guys
Okay.
are awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick.